Hi everyone and welcome back to another video here on Jurassic Collectibles. Tonight is probably the most excited I have ever been for a Jurassic Park item. This is from the Jurassic World Legacy Collection. It is the Velociraptor Containment Chaos pack, and as you can see right there, this is our first ever time getting Jurassic Park workers as action figures in a set. Now, to fully set expectations, I have already opened 2 of these. I was really excited to get them, so I imported 3. You know, I never know if we are going to see Jurassic Park workers ever again, so this is a must buy in my opinion. Unfortunately, it hasn't released here in the UK as at the time of recording this. I do just want to, before I turn it around, note the really cool packaging treatment here. You've got the cage on one side, you've got the paddock just here, and then where the figures are standing is where they are in the film. On the back, we have a closer look at what is included in this set. So we get Robert Muldoon again, we get our 2 park workers, a Velociraptor, the containment cage, protective gear, and eyes glowing in the dark on the Velociraptor. And you can see just here, we do get a lot of protective gear for the included workers, which is awesome. And all in all, this is a very, very cool set to finally have in the collection. We finally have Jurassic Park workers, guys. It feels so good to say that. So, we're not going to open this one straight on camera because there is some assembly required with the cage. So like I said, I already have 2 other sets assembled, so let's go and take a look at one of those assembled sets right now. Okay guys, so here we have the set out of the packaging. We have our 2 Jurassic Park workers, a few accessories which we will go over, Robert Muldoon and the Velociraptor, and obviously the capture cage itself. So what we will do is start by looking at the Raptor. Or actually, we'll look at Muldoon, we'll get him out of the way. Then we'll look at the Raptor, the cage, and we will finish with the park workers. So, Robert Muldoon, as you can see just here, this is the Legacy Collection version of Robert Muldoon. So, if you have the Hammond Collection figure, you already have a more accurate version of this figure. Muldoon is not a bad rendition of the figure. The head sculpts on this particular lot of Legacy Collection figures I do think have left a little bit to be desired, unfortunately. You can see he does come with the Spaz 12. This one, the more accurately sized Legacy Collection version of the weapon. And he does have all of the usual Legacy Collection articulation. So if you haven't got a Legacy Collection Muldoon, this is a cool way to get the figure. If you've already got one, or you've got the Hammond Collection figure, this guy will not be the reason you're buying this set. We also get a Jurassic Park Velociraptor. I have to admit, I really like the colour scheme on this one. I think although it's not got the best articulation or anything, the colours on this actually really pop. You get the nice yellow eye, and this eye will glow in the dark. You get the opening jaw, which you would expect. It is a part of the Dino Facts app, so you can scan it, as you can see just there. And it almost has this bronzy main colour scheme to it. You can see on camera it looks really good. It's got some underbelly paint. I just wish the claws were painted. If the claws were painted on this, I probably would use these in a few photos. As it isn't awful. Again, a few small tweaks to make it better. I don't think this is our definitive Jurassic Park Velociraptor, but it's cool to get a different rendition of it. You can see articulation wise, we have the ball jointed head, we have the swivel shoulders, the swivel legs, and the swivel tail, and that is it for the articulation on this particular figure. So, like I say, a cool version of the Velociraptor, not the best one we've seen to date. Then we get the capture cage, and this is awesome. So you can see on this side here, we have the sort of simulated steps that Joffrey goes up in the film. So we can take a figure, and if we just experiment with that slightly, You can make it look like somebody is climbing up the crate to the top of it, which is very cool. As you can see, we have got the stickers for the hazard striping. We've got the iconic square patterning that you see on this in the film. This really is exactly what you would expect for this. You've got the smaller entryway on the back, which I assume on the actual prop is a way for people to get inside the cage. You can see it again, simulated steps, rivets, the top with that again paneling work, and the front just down here. We then on this side have got again the same detailing you'd come to expect. I do just want to stand a figure next to it. You can see it is rather large. I think possibly larger than it should be, slightly, but it still does look very good for what it is. On the underside, you do have the details of the lines here that are almost shipping container-esque, which is really, really cool. And then the most important feature from the front, you can see that really cool down view with the light coming through the squares there, and we can lift it up. So you can recreate that moment of Joffrey, raise the gate, you can get it lifted up nice and high, as you can see, and our Velociraptor can fit inside, just like so. And there is plenty of space for the Raptor to go all the way in there. You can see we can push it all the way in, bring this down, absolutely no problem, and it will shut up with the Velociraptor in there. So really, really cool addition. Having a few of these, it's going to be cool to have a couple of cages to use as background set pieces as well. So I'm really, really grateful to have these in the collection. But by far, the most exciting thing is our Jurassic Park workers. So let's just bring them in first and foremost, and then we can talk accessories. So I'm going to angle the camera down, give you a closer look at both of them. So you can see these guys look great. Now these are an example of issues I have seen across the board, which is the helmets being on at an awkward angle. From what I have heard, I imported these from Collect Jurassic. He was saying that this is an issue across the board with a lot of these figures. But once you get past that basic worker appearance, you've got the pockets, the zipper, the pockets on the cargo trousers, the boots. I do wish the boots were black so they contrasted a little bit better, but it is what it is. We get the logo on the side there. Again, I'd rather have the paintwork for the logos than actually black boots. You know, this would be my preference. You can see the logo there. The face, that's actually quite well painted. You can see the alternate face just there. Again, looks quite good. Nice level of detail on both of the face sculpts actually. Cannot complain about them too much. You can see both figures side by side look really good. And if you want your basic park workers without any equipment, that is these guys. Now they do come with some cool accessories. We get the Jurassic Park radios, as you can see just there. Really, really cool radio piece. We do get tactical vests with them, so I'll show you those in a moment and the features they have. We get a little handheld spotlight, as you can see just there. Different to the one that came with Ellie, which is awesome to see. Awesome to get another new sculpt. And we do get a 3 3/4 inch version of the cattle prod. So for those of you who watched my Hammond collection Muldoon review, I said I wish we saw this with that figure as well. Interesting to see that the sculpt already existed and was coming down the line in this set. And then a big feature of both of these figures is the ability to up armor them. So you get these tactical vests with them. You can see they've even got the crotch guard, which I'm not so sure they have in the film, but it's a cool inclusion to see here. And these simply unpeg at the back, like so. And we can just slot our figures into them. They do up nice and easily, or at least they did on my last couple of figures. It's a little bit more fiddly on camera, as a lot of things are. But you can see that's close enough. Obviously that bottom one I need to play with to get it in properly. But you can see how that connects. and then the radio just goes in here, which is how they wear them in the film. A lot of older tactical rigs had the radios over the shoulder just there, and you can see that really nice aesthetic for this figure. And then if we want, we get a pair of clip-on knee pads that can go on either character. So we could choose to put it on this character, and we can just clip those on to the base of the trousers there, or the base of the knee joints, line them up so they're clipped on in the same place. And there you go, we have our tactical Jurassic Park worker who is ready to rock and roll, ready to facilitate the Velociraptor containment scenario. And equally, if we don't want to have somebody looking quite as tactical, we can have our generic park worker, who we can give our flashlight to, who is overseeing the dinosaur trade as well. I am so in love with these figures, guys. Having Jurassic Park workers is something I never thought we'd see, and they have been realised so well. Hats off to the team at Mattel. The playability with these guys, the multiple variants you get in the set in terms of equipment loadouts and accessories is awesome. I love them. And you can see, for those of you who haven't seen my 3 3/4 inch accessories video, I did get some M16s from Marauder gun runners. A link will be in the description to fully load these guys out so they look decked out based on the scene in the film as well. And you can see just the 3 of those there together look awesome, so you can imagine a big group of them together looking fantastic. And if we zoom the camera out as I almost knock it over, we'll bring everything back together, guys. Bring the raptor back in. Bring these humans together. Let's angle our camera up a little bit more. And we will grab Mr. Muldoon as well. And you can see, guys, that this is a fantastic set. Is it worth $40? He says, knocking over the other one he's got. Honestly, for the first Jurassic Park workers, yes, it is worth the price point. It's a little bit pricey. We maybe could have done with one more worker. But honestly, guys, when are we ever going to see these again? This is absolutely incredible. I can't believe that Mattel were able to bring these characters to retail, and I am so happy to have this in the collection. With all of that said, guys, that's my thoughts. As always, I'd love to hear yours. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like, favourite and subscribe. And until the next video, take care and have a great week.